What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? So, where do I start? Light it up, light it up, light it up, light it up. Young Thug home. Young Thug home. I'm gonna get into this topic because I'm a nigga that like rap music. I'm a nerd that like rap music. We get a lot of flack for hip hop and the way it's presented and the negative connotations we get from it as the people who consume it. It's more heavy on us as FBA, black people in America, than it is, I think, on other races. I think a lot of other races can consume hip hop and rap and rave and oh, it's wonderful. You know what I'm saying? And for us, you know, we catch more hell doing it. Oh, black on black crime, all y'all drugs, all y'all rap about is killing and murder and stuff like that. But y'all niggas like it though. But that's neither here nor there. The simple fact of the matter is that Thug is coming home and that shit is beautiful. It's beautiful. It's fucking lovely. But there's context to that. There's context to that. So before the people that hate the guy for his wrongdoings and the motherfuckers that want to see him under the jail and he shouldn't have got released and fuck that nigga and he do the time, do the crime. I agree. I'm with you on that. Yes, because I'm a nerd and I follow the rules and I don't like to break the laws, and part of the reason why I didn't become a gang member was because of the rules and the fact that I was taught and raised, and I honor structure to a degree. So I agree with you. Yeah, he did fucked up shit probably. And I say probably because nobody was actually there, right? None of us were actually there to see the nigga do it. Everything that we feel is based off what we watched, or if you do the YouTube channels and you watch those things, the Cuff Boys and all that other stuff out there in the world. Yeah, we don't know. We didn't see it. We just know from what we hear. So I'm inclined to believe that, yeah, my nigga Thug probably did do some shit. Just like I'm inclined to believe that nigga OJ was in there doing something. You know, we don't know. But at the same time, what I want to delve into is more so not the celebrity of it all. Because, yeah, we can be celebrity and fan base and say, oh, my nigga Thug home. I can't wait. That first Thug and Gunna album gonna be crazy. Caveat, I'm so glad I never stopped listening to Gunna. Low key, when everybody was talking about all that jib jab, fucking nerd like me was like, shit, the music hot, I'm listening to it. The nigga is snitch, he a snitch. I ain't a gangster no way, right? I don't have to live or abide by those codes. So my nigga, I'm bumping them. Whatever, fuck it. And then to see that, like, in the plea, because I'm not going to break the details down, because I'm pretty sure, like I always say, there's people out there probably doing it better than me, and until I'm able to get to that point where I'm able to delve in and get real detail with the shit that I'm doing, yeah, nah, I'm not going to go into detail about it, because everybody do. But the fact that in the midst of it all, one of the things was he couldn't see any or have contact with any gang members outside of his brother and Gunna. To me, growing up in the hood and knowing gangsters and how a lot of things are spoken in silence and shit like that, I feel like that's low-key a big part financial, so he can make money and still do what he want to do. But at the same time, I feel like that's like a silent nod or a silent salute to the people that feel like Gunna was a snitch or Thug hate that nigga or it's up, or maybe it's not. Because why would you request to have contact with him, or why would you even want to do anything financially with him if it was something like that? So maybe that's what it was too. But like I said, that's a side note. You don't want to get caught up on the celebrity of it all, although as FBA, as a black dude in America, I'm going to acknowledge the celebrity of it all because, hey, I like Young Thug, that's my nigga. So outside of that, the recreational, what I wanted to talk about was a bigger idea and how we, again, bring the nerds and the gangsters to a connection. Because if I had 1 million subscribers and I was able to contact big people that other people would focus on. Like the idea of a Young Thug being a person where you would just want to pick a gangster's brain about something to make people focus on the bigger idea. That's the biggest idea I could give right now. Is like you would want to talk to those type of people about how to bridge that gap and get the regular niggas in the hood and the gangsters in the hood to see themselves in some type of equalness, while also understanding the differences between the two, right? So my niggas coming home, and it breeds the big idea that I'm trying to present is that it breeds it's not as simple as, oh, the nigga did crimes, he should go to jail, or, oh, I like this nigga, he should come home. It's always deeper than that, and it gets even deeper when you're looking at it through the point of view of a nerd that comes from the hood, because taking the celebrity out of it, Young Thug done got caught up on some shit. Young Thug done went through years in the system to fucking fight for his life, and he comes home. The idea that Young Thug is a criminal in the sense that he pleaded guilty and all that other stuff, and that's bad. People have died, and if he's connected to that, that's bad and that's fucking horrible. Couple that with the idea that this same very person does things for people, takes care of people that maybe aren't necessarily in the streets thugging, that maybe ain't in the streets killing. I'm pretty sure if he taking care of a grandmama or an auntie or something like that, they not wiping noses out there killing grannies and grandmas and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? They not out there, and maybe they don't even know the depth of the shit that he might have done negative, but they're reaping rewards, right? Beneficial rewards for them that some could say maybe they were blessed to get through the wrongdoings of whoever is taking care of them. And so you take the celebrity out of it, and you micro that into maybe like a neighborhood where a little nigga who daddy ain't a rapper, a little nigga who daddy ain't big, but the nigga go to work the little job he can work, but he sell drugs on the side to make ends meet, but he's doing it and it's working. He's helping the son, and then he gets caught and he goes to jail. Yeah, you want to see him go to jail because he's doing wrong, but at the same time, you understand, like, damn, like, he not around. Like, that house is vulnerable, way more vulnerable than it was when he was in it, way more left out in the open. And what if the ends to the means can't get met? You know what I'm saying? There's a mentality that comes with the idea of Young Thug being released that a nerd in the hood can understand, unlike some others that maybe are not of our ilk, skin tone wise, or maybe didn't grow up in the situations, because not every black person grew up in the hood. Not every nigga understands those dynamics, because not every nigga goes through the same type of poverty here in America. And so, yeah, I feel like it's deeper than just that. And so for the ones that kind of understand that aspect, and then you also have just the pure racial aspect of it all. Like, when I was a kid in my like teens, I understood what OJ and the whole crime thing was about, right? I understood it. But when I got a little bit older and race was more of an understanding in my brain about who I was as a black man and what that meant in the world that I lived in, I had a weird understanding about the OJ case. It was kind of like, I always felt like my nigga OJ did it. I kind of felt like, yeah, there's a good chance you did that shit. But at the same time, it's like, we got one, right? One for us, a million for them type shit. It was kind of how I was viewing it, where like, well, even if the nigga was guilty, shit, at least we got one. Shit, at least we got a dub. One dub. W's in the chat, my nigga, because we got one, at least, right? And that's kind of morbid and fucked up, and some might try to call nigga racist or something like that, but that's just was the mindset of it all. It's like, well, shit, it's fucked up, and had he went to jail, I wouldn't have been beating the presses about the shit, because, hey, if you think he did it, he should be held accountable for doing it. But that's kind of how it was. So at the same time, I'm happy for Thug to be home, just simply because in a twisted way they didn't get another one. Although with all the stipulations in my niggas release, they kind of got him and didn't get him at the same time. Because if you was supposed to be dead, but you only lost a leg, you know what I'm saying? It's fucked up, you limping, but nigga, you ain't dead. So his situation is a plus, regardless of any of the ifs you can throw into it, like 15 years probation and shit like that. It's kind of like, whew, damn nigga, what you gonna do? But you got money, you rich, you good. You gonna be able to travel, collaborate. You can make shit with Gunna. I'm telling you, that first Gunna and Thug collab is gonna be epic. I'm here for it because I was rooting for Thug the whole time, in the sense that once I realized that the system didn't have what they probably should have had to prove what they probably should have proved, yeah, it was kind of like, nah, free my nigga. Because if y'all ain't finna come out with that hard-nosed evidence, bam, we got the nigga, then as a black man FBA, I can't sit idly by and just be happy with a nigga going to jail. I've never been happy with that. But I'll never let another fellow black man skirt his obligations of facing his wrongdoings just because I don't like seeing niggas going to jail. Cause nigga, I follow the rules. You should too, even as a gangster. That's what I would tell my gangsters. Like, nigga, if you gonna break the rules on them. Stop breaking the shit on us. Nigga, let's come together. Let's start breaking some rules on them. Let's start making our own stores. Let's start making, because them the real rules that they don't want us to break, my nigga. They don't give a fuck about you stealing from Sam's Club, because they gonna throw you in jail. That's where they want you, in jail. Yes, nigga, we keep you broke so that you can be desperate and destitute, so that you can go out and do some stupid shit for survival. We gonna act like you do it just because you a fucking animal and you damn near look like that because we make you look like that, and that's where we gonna send you to jail, because that makes us money, nigga. You become a slave after that. Again, it's too much shit tied into what that shit means to just make it seem like, oh, everybody in jail is just there because they're bad, evil people. No, not at all. But the niggas that's in there because they supposed to be in there, nigga, because that's where you supposed to be. And I guess in a nutshell, that's kind of my point of view on this Thugger thing. I'm happy that the nigga's out. I agree with the motherfuckers that feel like he's guilty and he should be in jail. I feel like if you feel like he was guilty, you got a right to feel bad that the nigga didn't go to jail. If you had the family members that got killed and you feel like this nigga Thug is the reason why they got killed, I understand, my nigga. You should want this nigga in jail. Shit, you might even want the nigga dead. You might have to talk to the Most High Yahuwah about that, because that's shit on your heart that you probably gonna have to work with him to let that go. But I, as a human in the flesh, I understand all of that. And I'm sorry if any inkling of somebody that can just see both sides of the coin, you know, because I understand those situations will only let you see one side, because one side is way more devastating than anything, right? And so with that being said, yeah, that's where I'm at with it. I'm pretty sure it's just some people out there that can relate to that. Very happy that the nigga didn't lose everything. I hope that he comes to, you know what I'm saying? Although he's a Mason and all that shit is probably connected into it, and they gonna probably be using him still while he's out. And that's his lot to deal with, because that's the path he chose to get to where he is. Some of us is fucking driving DHL, trying to make money, open their businesses up and do it that way. Some niggas, you know, got connections, or they family blooded, or they in like that, or they just come up from nothing and they willing to just be desperate, and they take that oath and they go that route. And so yeah, I think a lot of people are happy. I know a lot of people are mad. I'm one of them ones where I just see it for what it is. I'm happy that the nigga didn't lose his life. And I hope he turns that shit around. And had he gone to jail, I would have been happy that justice was served, because that would have meant that he was found guilty. It would have meant that the justice system did their job. And if the justice system don't do their job and a nigga can walk free, then I have to accept that differently as well. So that's kind of where I'm at on that. Oh, and another little side note, a little bit of hooey for you people that like Thug. I know there's a lot of Thug fans that think he's the GOAT, the greatest of all time, and all that other good old jazz. I probably won't go that far, but the nigga is top. He's top for me. He's up there. But funny thing is, I think the man's name, his first name is Jeffrey. His middle name is Lamar Williams, right? My first name is Lamar, right? So there's a little bit of comparison right there. But then you have to think about the fact that his first name is Jeffrey, right? And if you niggas like Jeffrey so much, you have to understand that Jordan's middle name is Jeffrey. So all you Young Thug fans that love on LeBron, who is the #2 greatest player of all time, y'all have to understand that y'all GOAT and the real GOAT of basketball, y'all got something in common. Jeffrey, Michael Jeffrey, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, Jeffrey.